Okay, so saya sambung balik. Okay, okay. So once we have determined the what we call the center of the failure circle, okay. So then we can start to do the analysis. Okay. So for the circular non-linear methods, okay. So we may discuss only for the finite slope, okay. So then we will separate into several analysis discussion, okay. So we have a total stress approach, we have a slip circle approach, okay, and then we have under the slip circle. It's sorry, it's not the slices method. Okay, under the slices method, so we have two methods that normally being used. Okay, which is the Morgenstern's price and also the Bishop. Okay, so under the circular sorry, under the non-linear methods, okay, we have first the total stress approach, okay, and then we will have we will discuss on the method of slices, okay. Under the method of slices, okay, we will discuss on the normal uh, method of slices approach, okay. Then we will have what we call as modified Bishop, okay, and then under we have also a Morgenstern price approach, okay. So for the okay, this is for the total stress approach, okay. So it is only suitable for a homogeneous cohesive soil, okay. Or we can also use for the non-homogeneous cohesive soil, okay, which is it have several layer, okay. So for this total stress approach, okay, we have two conditions, okay. First, with no tension crack, okay, maknanya dia perfectly the slope is perfectly construct, okay. So let's say if due to the properly slope construction, so it has a tension crack, okay. Okay, due to the tension crack normally will be filled with water, okay. So there will be a condition where the problem has a tension crack filled with a water, okay, fill full with water or fill half with water. Okay, tengok pada soalan macam mana. Okay, so if the slope has a tension crack, okay, so the length for the failure will be reduced. Okay, so normally the length for the failure will be begin at the below of the tension crack area. Okay, so kalau case yang ni kita akan ambil from the top to the toe, okay. But for this case, we start at the bottom of the tension crack to the toe of the slope. Okay. And the formula for the no tension crack, okay, which is Cu La over R times R, okay, and then over WD. Okay, so this is the resisting moment, while this is the driving moment. Okay, so for the this approach, okay, we may rely on the moment. Okay, so the moment is the moment arm is the distance from the center, okay, to the width, the most optimum width. Okay, so then we just multiply the W with the D. Okay, so we need to get the moment arm. Normally it's being provided. Okay, it's very difficult for you to guess what is the moment arm for this particular slope block. Okay, so that is for the without tension crack. Okay, so this with a tension crack. Okay, so the first part, okay, your L has been reduced to the effective L value. Okay, so kalau sebelum ni dia akan pergi sampai ke top, so dia akan dapat separuh saja, certain length, okay, based on this theta value. Okay, then we divide with the driving force contribute from the width of the block, and also this we consider as additional load. Okay, sebab air akan penuhi area sini, okay, dan air ni akan contribute to the driving force. Okay, so to get the moment arm, okay, so because the direction is opposite from the normal driving force, which is the W. Okay, so we need to get the moment arm from this direction. Okay, dia akan pergi macam ni, dan ini akan pergi. It's not opposite, it's perpendicular lah, perpendicular dalam first keadaan. Okay, lebih kurang 90 degree. Kita kata naik perpendicular lah. Okay, and the end it will have the same direction, which is the clockwise. Okay, while for the resistance we consider as anti-clockwise. Okay. Okay. So in the event of tension crack developing, that LA is the shortened and holistic pulse will be abnormal to the crack if it is filled with water. Okay. So kalau tension crack ni kosong, tak ada masalah, dia tak akan ada element of what we call as a water. Okay. Kalau dia fill full, so kita akan ambil the full block, okay, to get the PW. Okay. So kalau dia fill half, so kita kena tentukan berapa ketinggian yang terisi oleh air. Okay. Okay. Okay, so that is for the total stress. Okay. So, okay, kita satu lagi saya lupa nak beritahu, we have the use of a chart. Okay. So chart ni develop oleh Taylor. Okay, kita akan gunakan Taylor lah normally. Jambu semua tu takkan discuss. Okay, so this chart is a preliminary punya justification lah. Okay, kita tahu geometry, kita tahu what is the soil properties. Okay, then later on we may use the chart to predict the factor safety. Okay, so it is we consider as a preliminary factor safety value. Okay, it is better to use the calculation method. Okay. Here we discuss the Taylor stability chart only. Okay. Okay, this is the how the Taylor what we call Taylor chart. Okay, we have a stability number. We call it the stability number. Okay, and then this is the beta. Okay, then this phi represent the angle of friction. And for example, if this is the height of the slope, okay, and the height from the top to the what we call as hard layer, so then we have a ratio we call as ND, means that the h over the height over the height from the top to the hard layer we call as ND. So from there we may determine where is the location from the end, where is the line should be used to represent the ratio of the height, okay, which is ND. Okay, normally this Taylor chart cannot be considered for the pore water pressure. So that is the main limitation. Okay. So it can cover for a very large range of what we call as slope degree from 0 to 90. Okay, this is discussion on the method of slices. Previously, a total stress, so we not divide into several slices. Okay, then later on, the method of slices is very comprehensive because it can cover for the pore water pressure as well. Okay, we may divide into several slices. So the most important thing is to um, the base of the slice or the base of the slope or the base for each slice should represent one type of soil properties only. Okay. So for example, if we have a two layer of soil, yang ni awak nanti saya akan discuss lagi lah. For example, if we have two layer of soil, okay, dia akan berlaku, okay. So we need to make sure that the base of the slice only represent one type of soil. Nanti awak akan faham lagi. Sebab kita akan masukkan the C value. Okay, dalam kes yang ini adalah pembahagian yang betul. Okay, do not use this, do not draw. Okay, for example, this is the soil number 1 and soil number 2. Okay, so do not cover the base of the slice with two different soil. Okay, nanti akan ada masalah sebab awak nak dapatkan this length dan this length, lepas tu awak nak multiply dengan different C pula. Okay, so it's better for you to have one slice, one base only cover for one particular soil properties only. Okay, however, for the top of the soil, okay, there will be no problems. For the top of the slice, okay, there will be no problem if we want to cover 2 or 3 layer of soil, because at the end we can differentiate between the first layer, okay, the second layer and the third layer. Okay, kita boleh dapatkan different, and then we get the average for the weight. We get the cumulative weight. Okay, so you just imagine this is the one block, okay, of slice. So there will be a side and lateral force acting on the slice, and also a force acting on the base. Okay, so due to a different assumption made by Bishop and also several researchers, okay, at the end they come up with a different formula. Okay, ada yang assume yang ini equal to 0, okay, ada yang assume yang ini equal to 0. Okay, so from there they come up with a different, the cumulative of both is equal to 0. Okay, then they come up with a different formula. So tak pelik lah, nanti awak akan jumpa berbagai formula yang berbeza. Okay. Okay, ni kita dah discuss sebelum ni. Okay, as before, the flexibility is defined the ratio of the available shear strength to the shear stress acting on the plane. The factor safety is taken to be the same for each slice, applying that there must be support between slice. Okay, force must act between slices. Okay. So then how could we determine the stability for each slice? So we need to count this on several formula. Okay, so we need to count what is the weight. Okay, nanti saya terangkan. Okay, the total normal force on the base. Okay, the effective normal force. Then we need to count. Okay, then the boundary water represent the U. Okay, where U is the pore water pressure at the center of the base and L is the length of the base. So dalam banyak approach untuk finite slope. Okay, so this is the most comprehensive method. Okay, the shear force on the base, okay, which is the tau, the total normal force on the side E1, E2, okay, the shear force on the side X1, X2, okay. However, we will not determine the E1, E2, X1, X2, okay, because this assumption has been made by the previous researcher, and then they come up with the equation. Okay, any external force must be included in the analysis. Okay, for example, if they are rode on the top of the what we call of the slope, okay, or between the slope, so we need to include in the analysis. Okay, so this is how they derive the equation. Okay, assumption must be made regarding the interslice force E and X. Okay, so we not discuss in detail how they derive the equation. Okay, basically this is the the general what we call as the general equation for the method of slices for each slice. Okay. Actually they have a cumulative symbol here. Maknanya kalau awak divide into 9 slice, so you need to count for one slice and then cumulate with the second, third and the last 9, then you get the factor safety value for the average value. Okay. Okay. So in non-Morgan price filling is okay. Filling assume that the resultant of the interslice force is 0. Okay, maknanya yang E dan S ni dia assume force is 0. The resultant mana the value for X1, sorry, E1 and E2, okay, and X1 and X2 is 0. Okay, so then they come up with this equation. Okay, so that is for the Frobenius. Okay, then Bishop, okay, Bishop, the difference between X1 and X2 is equal to 0. Okay, assume that the resultant for the interslice force are horizontal, okay, which is X1 minus X2 is equal to 0, then they come up with different equation. Okay, so based on this Bishop, okay, kalau tengok pada general equation dia, kita akan dapati bahawa dia ada dua factor safety, okay, which is on the left, which is a common one, and also on the right. Okay, so apa perlu kita buat? We need to do a calculation to make sure that the left and the right factor safety is equal. Contoh kita do first calculation round, kita dapati bahawa kita assume, okay, for example, we assume factor safety is equal to 1.5 for the first round to represent the right factor safety. Then we do the calculation, we obtain this is equal to 1.4. Okay, then repeat again. For example, 2.0, then we get 1.8. Okay, repeat lagi. 1 point, we reduce that 1.8. Okay, then we get 1.6. Okay, stop. Janganlah buat sampai banyak. Then later on we need to plot a graph. Okay, a graph, we call a factor safety on right and then factor safety on left. Okay, so kita plot, contoh dapatlah pattern ni kan, contoh. Then we draw another line, we call as line of equality. Okay, then the intersection of the line of equality with the relationship established from this equation. So then we get the factor safety value. Okay, so at least we need to do 3 attempts, okay, to get the factor safety from the Bishop. So memang time consuming. So that's why most of the or researcher or academician, we suggest to use the software. Okay. Okay, so then yeah, they suggest to use the try and error, okay, where we discuss later on, okay, on Dr. Kamarudin example. Okay. So to simplify the calculation, the following chart can be used. Okay, so there will be another approach. They use a chart. Okay, okay. So this chart will help you to 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 increase to enhance the calculation made. Okay. However, we will not discuss on this chart because we doesn't have any example on Dr. Kamarudin by using the chart. Okay, but we still need to do the calculation based on the equation. Okay. So for example, assume f right equal to 1. Okay, mana 1. Okay. Find the m alpha value. Okay. So find f. Okay. Ini biasalah kita guna mana based on this formula. Okay. Kita dah letakkan ni sebesar dengan 1. Okay. Then kita dapat m alpha. Then kita do the calculation dan kita dapat safety on the left. Okay. So taking the average of the f right and the f left. Okay. Contoh f right bersamaan dengan berapa? 1.6. Lepas tu f left bersamaan dengan 1.5. Kita dapatkan average. Okay. So use this average to find again the m alpha. M alpha. M alpha masukkan balik. Okay. Use this the value of the average. Okay. To find apa? Okay, find new f left. Okay, dapat new f. Repeat step 3 and 4 until the difference between f right and f is small enough. Okay, 0.01. Okay. So for me, you do 3 times and then use this line of equality. Okay. So yang ni boleh lah, dia akan mengecilkan lagi dia punya perkiraan sebab kita guna average kan. So betul juga. Okay. So normally we need to do up to 3 attempts. Okay. 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 Due to repetitive nature of the calculation and need to select the most critical failure surface, the method of slices in particular suitable for solution by computer. Okay, more complex geometry and source data can be introduced. There are other method of slices as shown in the following table. This method use different assumption on the inter-slice force. Okay, so ni dicadangkan menggunakan software. Okay, untuk solve. Okay, because we can introduce a different geometry, different source data, and also include the water, the height of the groundwater. So in that case, it's better for us to use the computer or the software, the commercial software. However, we need to learn, okay, how this numerical or software work by know the theory based on the Pillenius or Bishop, kan? At least kita tahu, dapat idea macam mana kalau guna normal calculation. Okay, from there we just include all the properties or the geometry inside the software and then run the software. Okay. So this is different type of assumption made by different researcher. Okay, so from there they suggest what is the suitable shape. Okay, could be used. Okay, for example, for failures, it's only for circular type of failure. Okay. However, for a universal methods, so we can suggest we suggest to use Morgenstern and Price, and also for Spencer method. So it can cope with any shape. Okay. Okay. So I guess that's all for this slide discussion. Okay. So for the calculation, we may discuss on the next 2 weeks. Okay, after the semester break. Okay.